Hi, you're welcome to the fourth tutorial. In this tutorial, we're gonna deal with color coding. Okay, so I'm gonna create a new document by opening up Notepad++. Then I'm gonna click on New. This will create a new document for us in Notepad++. So I'm gonna put some basic HTML tags. As the opening HTML and the opening head and closing head and HTML tags. And we have the body tag. As the opening body tag and the closing body tag. I'm gonna save this file. I'm gonna save as. I'm gonna call it example4.html. Here we go. It's already saved as all types in Notepad++. So I don't need to select this. I'm gonna click on save, and here is our example4.html document. Alright, so we are supposed to work on color coding in this document, so I'm gonna put a title. And let's call this colors example. Right, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna open my examples folder. I'm gonna double click on example4.html. Here comes the web browser, and we have colors example on that title page. Alright, so let's go back to our source code and see how we can work with color coding. Now, if you recall, in the previous example, we talked about background colors. So we'll use color coding on background colors. Now let's put some background text first. So we're gonna just type in some random text. So this is a random text. Alright, so we're gonna put the background bg color, the background color attribute. And if you recall the previous tutorial, we talked about putting some explicit colors like green, which will make this background to be green. So we'll go back to the web browser and refresh. You see the random text we have here, and the background color of the page is green. Let's make this random text to be a little bit larger so you can see pretty well. So let's put some fonts in it and close this font. Okay, so I'm gonna put the font size to be equal to, let's say, size 5. Okay, alright, so let's go back to the web browser, refresh the page, and you can see this is a random text. It's now in size 5. Now the real deal of this tutorial is to teach you how to make use of other colors, because there are a lot of colors, thousands of colors that we have in this world, but not all of them have names. Okay, so we may know some specific color names like green, like yellow, okay, like blue, okay, or like red. Okay, so those are some specific colors that we have in mind. In fine arts, usually they are called primary colors or secondary colors, so we can remember their names easily. But let's say you want a color that is a little bit red and a little bit green at the same time. Okay, equal proportional of red and green mixed together. How do you get that? Or what's the name of such a color? I actually don't really recall the name of the colors. Looks like I've forgotten my fine arts lessons, but we can get such a color by putting a code which will mix a red and a green for us. So my equal proportion of red and green will give us this. Now that may look strange, so let's look at what we will get by putting this code first, and we will see actually what they mean. Okay, so that's the color coding. Go to the browser, refresh. Okay, so you see we have a yellow. That means if we mix red and green in equal proportions, we have a yellow. All right, so what does this color codings mean? Now before I move forward to teach you what the color codings mean, I want to show you what it means to get a red. So this particular color coding signifies red. Now what does it mean to get a blue? So this particular color coding gives me a blue. So what does it mean to get a green? So this particular color coding gives me a green. Right? Looks like you're getting the picture. Alright. Now the story is that the computer knows only 3 colors alone. So what are the 3 colors? A red, a green, and a blue. Those are the 3 primary colors of the computer. Now all other colors are gotten from these 3 colors. So you can think of yellow, purple, magenta, violet, whatever, orange. They're all gotten from this 3 color. Alright, so how do we get them? Alright, now the color coding, we have to excuse me, I'll have to put this in comments so it won't appear on the web browser. So this is a comment, then I'll have to close this. You can remember our comment tags. Okay, so these are the 3 primary colors. Let me just type it out. The 3 3 primary colors: red, green, and blue. Alright, now how do you, we were supposed to talk about what these values mean. Alright, to get a color coding, you have to start with the hash symbol. Okay, all color codes start with the hash symbol. Now the first 2 characters signifies a red. The next 2 characters signifies a green, and the last 2 characters signifies a blue. So if we're having 2 zeros here, 2 zeros here, and we have FF here, that means we're having a green. So that's why you can see our web browser shows up in green. Okay, now there's something called hexadecimal numbering system. If you recall in your probably your primary school or secondary school, there is a counting number system which is called base 16, or in other words hexadecimal. So how does that go? The idea is that we count in 16ths, not the normal decimal system which we count in tens. So the numbers will go as this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we don't have a 10. We have an A, a B, a C, a D, an E, and an F. Those are the numbers that we have in base 16 hexadecimal. So how many characters do we have, or how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you can see that's why they call it base 16. Alright, now what does these values mean? Now the highest value in the hexadecimal numbering system is F, which is the 16th value. Alright, so when you put a 0 and a 0, that is a 0 times a 0 and gives us nothing for the first two characters, which denotes a red. That means nothing of red, no value for red. Okay, the second two characters, which signifies a green, has an F and an F. So multiply this by this, you get the highest value for a green. So two zeros multiplied with each other gives us nothing. That's for a blue. So that's why our background displays in green, because we have only green in this color coding. Alright, so again, you can see me demonstrate the value of blue. Right, so that's the color coding of blue. But again, these are simple colors that I'm just demonstrating to you, which you can easily remember with their names instead of their color coding. But let's say you want to mix a blue with a red in equal proportions. What do you get? You get a purple. Alright, so what do you get when you mix the three colors together? Can you guess? You get a white. So the result of mixing the three primary colors in equal proportion gives us a white background. Okay, so what do you get when you don't put any values in all the three placeholders for both red, green and blue? I know you've already guessed it. We get a black. Now our text has not disappeared. The text just blends in with the background color because the color of the text is the same as the background, right? So that's it with mixing of colors and color coding. Now if we were to have a color like pink, how do you get that? This is a red for sure. Okay, but how do you get a pink? Now pink is a kind of light red, so we all know that if we turn the rest of the values to F, it will give us a white. Let's increase these values to 5555. Let's see what that gives us. Oh, it's turning pinky, so let's increase it a little bit. Let's give it 9999. Okay, and go back. So the more values we add to that red, the more whitish it becomes. Alright, now C is higher than 9. Okay, so our background color looks like I didn't save that last one. Okay, so save it. Now our background color is getting more fainter and fainter, and this is a real good looking pink color for the ladies. Alright, so that's how you get several different colors you can think of. You can think of a light blue, as a light blue. Now someone when you're thinking, how do we get a brown? So let's see how we can mix colors to get a brown. Well, a brown color is somehow reddish and somehow blackish, so I know those words are not in the dictionary, but close to black and a little bit some red inside. So I can think of mixing a red and a black, but we all know that this is a black. Alright, so how do we get a red? Just put a little proportion of red inside. Let's see what that gives us. And look at that. That's a brown. You can make it more brownish, like light brown. Maybe something tint a little yellowish inside. See what that gives us. That's a real cool leather polished brown, right? Okay, so you can go ahead, try it yourself, make so many colors, see what you can get. I'm just gonna leave this particular video tutorial here, and you can go and try it yourself. So I hope you found this color coding example tutorial informative, and thanks for listening.